Man. That name means many things to the people of Ham. Man always was a national icon, even from a young age. Some say he was bitten by a radioactive man, and some say he was created in a laboratory, but no one really knows for sure. While he may just look like nothing but a skin-tight suit and a big ass to you, he's clearly undergone training in the Marine Corps. Not to mention he has the arm of Tom Brady in his prime. Hell, for all we know, Man is Tom Brady. Man could be any one of us. With so much notoriety and talent, you're bound to have some haters. And that's where Joe comes in. Joe Kerr, Man's arch nemesis. Joe and his partner Harleen take Man captive in Ham Asylume. While attending Sunday church service the day before, Man and Joe got into an altercation which resulted in Man giving Joe a ripe old beating. Unfortunately for Man, Joe is the warden of Ham Asylume and hands him a life sentence. A few months go by and it's clearly doing a number on Man's well-being. Although I must admit it's quite impressive how well he's maintained his muscle mass while being this malnourished. He truly is built different. But of course it's not all that simple. Man came with a plan. Man wanted to be in Ham Asylume. But why? Luckily, you'll find out soon after he breaks out with this dynamite he feasted. But first, Man needs calories. Man may not be human, but he still needs to eat. He finds himself in the sewers collecting ingredients for a meal. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where Taco Bell get their ingredients, because that shit fucks me up every time. After gathering everything he needs, he heads back to his secret man cave and whips up an ungodly concoction. Man could now live up to his fullest potential. After making it to the surface, Man immediately calls Barbara, his work associate. It turns out that the step-by-step process for creating Man himself is hidden away in this very Aslume somewhere. The power that someone could hold with that is far too dangerous, and it needed to be destroyed. Barbara's going to help him do that. But he's distracted when he catches a scent of whiskey drifting in the wind. He needs to track that bottle down immediately. Something I didn't mention was Man's never-ending list of addictions, one of which being alcohol. Finally, something I can relate with. The trail ends on this drunk guy who seems to have slipped and is now hanging on for dear life. Man helps him up. What a kind and loving gentleman. It's a shame he just broke his hand on that guy's head, but at least now Man can get back on track with the objective. Barbara says he has to find a very specific safe, one hidden near... Oh no, it seems like Man has smelt a hint of tobacco. Wild country to be exact. Another one of his addictions, shockingly enough. He follows the trail, even taking out Ham security on the way. Eventually the trail leads straight to Harleen. Coincidentally enough, it seems like Man just walked in on Harleen and the police commissioner Gordon engaging in some type of BDSM roleplay. Quite scandalous. Joe sure wouldn't be happy about this. Man blackmails them in exchange for the tobacco. She calls him a B-man, which I can only imagine means bitch man. With the tobacco obtained, it was time to lock in. Barbara gives him directions straight to the safe, only to find it's already been opened. Frustrated, Man lights up a cigarette to replenish some health. Man's only hope now is to track down Joe and interrogate him for information on the formula. He uses his man-riz to win over the guards and have Joe tied up. Man begins the interrogation, but is quick to find out that Joe loves being choked. He uses this to his advantage and seduces Joe. Joe then of course leads Man straight to the formula over the intercom. He finds it and sets it to flames. The Man formula was no longer whatever it was. Joe realizes that Man used him and isn't even actually interested in him romantically. He commits suicide by explosion. Man's mission was a success. Ham was safe and sound, all thanks to Man, Barbara and the tobacco. But this was only the beginning for Man. His greatest threats still lie ahead.